Good morning. Happy coffee talk. Tuesday morning, for some reason, Washington State decided to get cold again. It's, April, and it was getting warm, and now it's cold. So, anywho, I'm wearing a bright pink sweatshirt today. If you're listening on the podcast version, and you're not watching this in Facebook or on YouTube, I'm wearing a bright pink sweatshirt because it is cold, but also springtime. And so I'm going to make my own way in this outfit. Let me share with you my coffee, and then we're going to dive right into it. Coffee this morning, nothing special. Black Rifle coffee. It is special because it's good, but it's not special because it's new. And this mug was a present from Fitme coach Marlena. You notice the theme. People like to give me mugs, but I like to receive mugs. And so they're special to me, and I love them, especially when they come with a story or from a local artist or from a place that you went. I don't know. This mug is awesome. So love this one. And it's just the right size for the days that I want to drink like 17 cups of coffee because it's not too big. And so I get to go back for more and more and more. But anyways, that's my coffee this morning. So I want to dive right into coffee talk message. And first off, I want to say last week on Tuesday, I did this free training, and it was basically on creating productivity, like your week, right? Like if you have good intentions for your week, but you don't follow through on them, or you're like, I'm going to work out, but then you just don't. I did a training on that, like how to get out of your own way, how to stop self-sabotage, how to make sure that you're able to follow through. And I made a 7-day productivity journal. And anyways, if you want that, it's free. So you can go get the training and go get the journal completely for free. And I'll put the link in the comments and in the show notes if you want that. Now, what I wanted to talk about on here is this idea of a little bit of pre-planning or pre-decision making. Because oftentimes when we self-sabotage or when we procrastinate or when we are just kind of aware that we need to want to do something, but then we don't do it, whatever you want to call that, like conscious, obstruction or something. So, you're supposed to do something, you want to do it, it would be good for you. You maybe even have done it before in the past. It used to be something you did, but now you're not doing it and you want to do it, but you're just not able to start doing it. Does that sound like something that you want, or that's something that's going on for you, like around workouts or around eating better or around joining a gym or around taking better care of yourself, whatever it is you want to, you should, you're not doing it yet. So part of what makes, and I taught this in the training actually, but one of the reasons that follow through can be difficult is too many options, too many decisions to make. So if you have no plan and you're like, I'm hungry, and you go into your kitchen, there's so many choices. And you might, in a moment of like feeling strong and empowered and motivated and willpower, pick a decent choice. You might also be like, there's so many choices. What should I pick? I can't decide. Screw it. I'm just going to have the whatever from the pantry. I'm just going to make a bag of popcorn, or I'm just going to eat this cereal, or I'm just going to have yesterday's leftover pizza. I can't decide. So the overwhelm of the decisions give you this place where you're like, you may or may not make the choice that you want to make, but you had to make a decision in that moment. And so one of the strategies that you can use to create better follow through, or to just be able to not in the moment talk yourself out of something, is to make pre-decisions, decisions in advance. So here's an example. You're at the grocery store. You're feeling motivated for your week because you're food prepping for your week. You're feeling like this is, I am doing the thing. So you're grocery shopping. You walk past the bakery section, and in the bakery section is one of those like chocolate chip, like extra chunky chocolate chip cookie things. And you think about buying that whole entire pack. It's like a 24 pack, those giant ones with all those delicious cookies in there. You think about buying one of those. for your family for the week, but you know you're going to have some too. But you're like, it's not really what I want to do, but I do want to get that. Everybody will be so happy when I bring that home. You start to think about it. So you make the decision to buy it. You bring it home. And maybe you have one. First day, you're like, I'm just giving myself one cookie. Everybody else gets the rest. And now every time you walk by those cookies, whether they're on the pantry or on the shelf, you get to make a decision. Do I want to have a cookie? And maybe you say no a bunch of times. And then maybe in the afternoon, things are tired. You're feeling a little meh. So you walk by those cookies and you're like, should I have a cookie? I'm just going to have one. It's fine. I had one yesterday. I'm going to have one today. Not a big deal. Might have one tomorrow. It's fine. But you have one and that turns to two and turns to three because you're tired and you're like, ugh. And then dinner comes around and then the kids are like, can we have a cookie? And you're like, yes. And so everybody has a cookie. You have another cookie and you realize you just had 5 or 6 cookies today. You weren't going to have any, but you had to make a decision. Each time you walked by it, you had to make a decision in the afternoon. Then you had to make a decision again at dinner. You had to make decision after decision after decision to decide to have or have not a cookie, right? And sometimes you made the decision you wanted to make, and sometimes you made a decision you didn't feel that pumped about. So here's what I'm saying. Here's what the pre-decision is. When you're at the grocery store, you make one decision. Choosing, hey, I'm not buying those cookies. Because if I buy them, I know what's going to happen. So I'm not going to buy those cookies, and we'll go get dessert when we go out to eat later this week. That'll be fine. I don't need to have these cookies. So you make one decision, one healthy choice. Okay, not buying the cookies. And you walk past them in the grocery store. You made a decision. You chose one or the other. There was an option in front of you and you made a choice. The choice was not buying those. So now you just eliminated 50 other choices that you would have to make during the week. Because you're not walking by those cookies. You don't have to make that choice over and over again. You don't have to make that choice. It's already done for you. You already decided. You, in your moment where you felt really good, strong, and empowered and motivated for your week, you made a choice. And then you saved yourself from having to make choices over and over and over again during the week. So my challenge to you is that if you're struggling with follow through, you're struggling with this, I want to do something, but I'm not really doing it. Maybe you need to start making these pre-decisions and look for opportunities where you can do this during the week. And maybe this is called planning. Maybe it's called pre-decision. You can call it whatever you want. But for example, maybe at the beginning of the week on Sunday, you look in your calendar and you identify the 4 or 5 places that you're going to do a workout. And not only that, you decide exactly what you're going to do. So maybe you go on YouTube and you find the class you're going to do and you write it in there. Maybe you're going to do Peloton and you pre-pick the class and you schedule them for yourself. Maybe you're going to the CrossFit and gym and you go ahead and pre-register, sign up for those classes. Whatever it is. You think on Sunday, I need to work out this week. You actually pre-decide, here's what I'm doing and when. And then now the decision making is done. On Tuesday at 3:30 when it's time to leave for the gym, you just get up and go. There's no decision making then. It's time to just get up and go. You've already decided. So then you don't have to decide in that moment. Because on Tuesday, maybe at 3:30 in the afternoon, you're tired. And if you did not do that pre-decision, you would be deciding, I could go to the gym. Or I could stay here. I could go for a walk. You have all these choices to make. You probably won't make any choice. And so when we take a minute and we decide things in advance for ourselves, we make it easier. Really, that's what I'm talking about. Make it easier on yourself. Why is meal prep good? Does it save time? Yep. But what does it do for me? It saves my mental energy from having to decide. If I packed yesterday's lunch in the fridge, or if I made dinner last night and I turned it into today's lunch and it's sitting there in the fridge, does that save me time? Yeah. But what it really saves me is decision fatigue. I don't want to have to decide what I want to make for lunch. I might not choose the right thing. I might not choose something that I'm actually jazzed about. But if it's already decided and already done for me in a moment where I do feel clear, then it's easy. I don't have to decide. I just eat this. So, listen, This isn't a character flaw if you struggle with follow through. This is a strategy that I'm talking about right here. This is like a thing you can use right now today. Pre-decision. Make one decision that sets you up for success rather than facing 100 potential decisions ahead. Look for opportunities in your life where you can make one decision and that would set you up. One decision where you could say, yep, I already decided that and I'm not having to decide for the next week what I'm doing with X, Y, and Z. Or I already decided I'm not buying that and putting it in my house, so I don't have to make 1,000 decisions every time I walk past it. You get to save all that space in your brain for stuff that actually requires your attention and energy, not deciding whether or not you're going to have a cookie every time you walk by it. Now, if you don't care about cookies and they're easy for you, I'm not talking about you. You know if I'm talking to you about having to decide over and over and over again. Same thing with workouts. If you get up and you go to the gym every single day and you don't need to pre-decide, I'm not talking to you. You're good on the workout part. But if there is something in your life where you are struggling with follow through, you're struggling with decision fatigue, you're struggling with staying true to the commitments that you've made to yourself, I suggest trying this strategy. Make a couple pre-decisions and see if that doesn't make it easier for you. Yes, it'll save you time, but it'll save your sanity. That's what I'm talking about. So, thanks for plugging into Coffee Talk. If you haven't subscribed to Coffee Talk, do me a favor and go to your favorite podcast app and hit the subscribe button. I don't know if there's a subscribe button, but subscribe to Coffee Talk. And if you have an extra second, do me a solid and give me a review or a rating. That helps fitme Coffee Talk like show up when people are looking for podcasts. And so if you take the time to do a review or rating, maybe this would show up for somebody else who needs it. And I would really, really appreciate that so much. And if you're not a part of our Facebook group, then come on over to fitme Free Community. It's the one place you definitely do want to be on Facebook. So go to Facebook and search fitme Free Community to join my free Facebook group. And last but not least, if you like this episode, do me a solid, screen capture it, share it, and tag me. That I know you heard and it was helpful for you. And again, I just appreciate you guys so much for listening, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.